meantime increase tuition fees or maybe hostel fees. This we have to be sure of it in our contracts, and at the same time they do come out with this sort of like constitution thing where it's stated that what kind of rights do we have as a foreign student in RSMU. So basically, there's although things might not favor us, but we should at least know what are stated in black and white, and from there we'll move on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stanley.
Okay, this topic has been stated for a very long time, since 3 years ago, about being in our course 6 years in English medium. Okay, this debate, even I think recently Delvin from Dome 35 posted in one of you people.
I think both also.
Okay, so your view, how you all going to cope up with it? Who going to go first?
We need to know our rights. Okay, if we are very sure that our contract with our agents promised back in Malaysia says that all subjects are taught in English for the full 6 years, then we should look at the black and white that we signed. As for most of us know that this is not even true, and this might be only true for all, the rest of the 4 universities. So back to this thing, it's not about who is going to step up and everything. What's the point of stepping up and going against whoever is up there when we sign something which says that 3 years in English and the last 3 years in Russian. So the thing is, if this would go for the upcoming students in year 2010, 2011 who are coming to Russia, coming in specific to RSMU, make sure you find out from your agents what you are signing up for, because you might not want to regret that why am I studying in Russian and not English. This is done so in RSMU for its own reasons, and these reasons, if we need to know, we need to clarify in our lecture. Thank you.
I have one question to Stanley. When you talk about student rights, what do you know about student rights? What are the things you know about student rights?
Okay, let me just put this question back to Siva. Just do a quick answer. One student right that you know.
We should attend all the classes.
Okay, that's it. For what I know about student right, and this is stated clearly in one of the constitution of RSMU, it can be found online, that states that we as students has the right to object, to appeal, to object to the precast, to the order set by our rector. So this is the student right. As for you just mentioned that we should attend all classes, this is basic common sense where we in primary school knows that we should attend all classes. We are not fighting so much on our rights. We are coming here on our parents' money, and if we want to go for classes, that yes, it's supposed to be our...
The topic was, what was your course of action, or what, on your opinion, would you think about students who are requesting for 6 years English medium on the current situation?
Yes, I understand.
Mr. Siva, yours is
no,
not appropriate,
no,
but
I'm coming to the point.
Thank you.
Okay, and
to the point.
yeah. So what's your opinion?
Hold on. Why I come about student rights? Because we have to fulfill our student rights in order to what point you said, in order to change the precast, what you mentioned. Let me finish, please. Alright? So we have to fulfill all the criteria as a student in order to change that. That's where the point is. Okay, now let's go back to the question.
The topic.
Alright? Okay. Russian State Medical University is a symbol of medical university in entire Russia. That's why it's called Russian State Medical University. In order to make the Russian State Medical University, they have to follow a few criteria. One of it is WHO's criteria. Alright? You have to do your practical years in the native language. That means Russian language. Alright? If all the Malaysian students having problem in Russian language, okay, we can actually, there is possibility to make all 6 years in English. Yes, but it only will help us when you go back to Malaysia alone. When you go back to Malaysia, you can utilize the English, because the certificate will be recognized in Malaysia, but your certificate will not be recognized in worldwide concept. Take California Medical Institution for example. They recognize RSMU certificate in bracket Russian medium. All right. So I believe I answered the question. If you want to be in English, yes, it's possible. We students, RMSA, can make it happen. Jivan, do you agree with this? You agree? Yes, but the consequences there is, you will make it entirely in English, because this answer, I prepared this answer because for Darwin. I expected Darwin to be here. so that everyone can know. You can make it to English, but you only can work in Malaysia. Your certificate will be limited only in Malaysia because NOC is given, non-objection certificate is given. So you can work in Malaysia, but worldwide, I'm sorry. So make the deal. Maybe in Kirks, in Volvograd, in Nizhny, yes, they have entirely in 6 years. But those are only recognized in Malaysia. You try to bring that certificate to Australia or Canada or anywhere else in the world, they will have doubt. They will ask you to do several exams and several tests again you have to pay more. Did I answer your question?
Sure.
I have a question to his last statement saying that, so as for us studying in RSMU where we do Russian medium, our certificate is recognized worldwide as well as in Malaysia.
Yes. Yes.
So when we go to Australia, we can straight away practice the medicine.
No, it's just for the exam.
So what's the difference between MMA graduate sitting for the exam and doing his practicing medicine there?
MMA.
Just for example, if they study what's the difference there?
If they are recognized, if it's under the program of the Australian Medical Institute organization, if the list is there, you are entitled to do exam, yes, you can do it.
So there's no difference.
Yeah,
in
that's
that?
a different.
Oh.
That's a different. Let's just say, let me just take University X from Canada. Okay. If that list is not in the institution of Australia, you're not entitled to the exam.
Okay.
Did I answer your question? That is the difference.
So you're saying that recognition.
It's recognition. Alright?
Why are we going back to university? But we should be going on the medical council of that country because when
Yes,
we graduate,
they have a list of university that they recognize.
okay.
Alright, if MMA is in that list, you're entitled to the exam. If some university of Russia that is not in the list, you're not even entitled to the exam.
So
that is the difference.
Yes, so basically it's up to the list which is listed and not up to the medium being taught in Russian or English. Am I right?
If you're not being taught in Russian, it would not be listed.
Right. So now we are just talking about this country, that country, University X, Medical Council X, Medical Council Y. We do not have a black and white even to list out which exactly MMA, what are the universities listed out
You
recognized.
should actually go to WHO and
Do
check
we
that.
have it here? No. So let's carry on to the next question.
That list.
I still like to continue the question. If you want to know the list, go to the WHO. You will get the list. It's not here, but it's there. Does that mean it's not anywhere?
Okay, my dear presidential candidates, I think what the students really want to know is whether they can study 6 years in English here and whether RMSA can make it happen. It's as simple as that. If you want to see how the student thinks about, maybe the number of them who want to think about their postgraduate studies, they want to think about everything else, but the majority of us all just wants to know whether you guys can make it happen that we can study here 6 years in English.
Okay.
So, what are your thoughts on making 6 years of Malaysians here studying in English?
Quick answer. For those who are already entered in RSMU now, it's not going to straight away all transform into English medium. So the answer is no, not at this point, not in 1 or 2 years time, but it might happen. It might happen with the collaborative between Ministry of Higher Education back in Malaysia, Ministry of Education here in Russia, collaborative with our university to decide on the method.
So, in other words, you're saying that it will never happen in your administration time.
In 1 year's time, no.
Okay. And Mr. Siva, what are your thoughts?
Possibility is yes. It's all about determination. How far would you like to go for it? Maybe, as what Stanley said, I agree. It might not happen in 1 year, but it can be followed up by the next president to actually continue the procedure. But I already told the pro and con. That's the whole point when Suresh asked me the question, why we have to do in 3 years in English? Because it will be worldwide recognized. It's a very valid certificate. We do in English, we're only going to do in Malaysia. But I understand the problem that Malaysians going through, but again, as I said in my manifesto, information. So they need to know this information very well. So if we need to, we put everything, the certificate, the important agreement that we had with the university, and how does it collaborate with WHO and Malaysia into the forum. Alright, possibly.